Good evening. Thanks, Judy. And before I start, I wanted to recognize a number of other people in the room and express my appreciation for your being here, too. I notice Alder Furlow, Town Council person Justin Farmer. I've seen Senator Looney and Representative Pat Dillon, Congresswoman DeLauro, Senator Blumenthal. Also very grateful to the Chief of the Fire Department and the Chief of Police for helping make this happen today, and our Parks Department. And Chief, we got a pretty good escort on the way over. I think you were expecting a rowdier crowd than we were, but I appreciate all the effort that the city put into this event. It's been a pretty emotional day for me. I spent the morning on a conference call with the State Department of Public Health and city officials talking about the potential for coronavirus in New Haven. And while it looks like there's not going to be an issue for us right now, it's a reminder to us of just how much we have to work together. I spent the afternoon at the funeral of Mubarak Suleiman, who should be with us here today, should be alive today. He was shot about a week and a half ago by a state trooper, and he was 19 years old. And now here we are today, this evening, remembering the loss of 6 million people. It's a reminder of just how fragile life is. And how important we all must be to each other and how we must work together. It's also a reminder to me of how fragile our democracy is and how fragile our communities are when we don't work together, when we don't respect each other, and when we don't love each other. Tomorrow we remember the UN Holocaust Remembrance Day. And today I want to stand with you all from all faiths and backgrounds to stand up against hate, the hate that we see in our communities. 75 years ago, the Red Army opened the front gates of Auschwitz and found Germans had fled, leaving behind countless bodies of the dead and thousands of sick and starving people. When the Second World War was over, the Nazi attempt to annihilate the Jewish people had resulted in the death of 6 million men, women, and children, and millions of others who fell in war and in resistance to the Nazis' evil. As we stand here today, a week after the national holiday memorializing Dr. Martin Luther King and his leadership of the civil rights movement, and one day prior to the International Holocaust Day, when leaders from 50 nations from around the globe will gather in Israel, we have learned the bitter lessons of history and commit ourselves to fight hatred whenever and wherever it is found. It is our moral duty, it is our democratic duty, and I repeat, never again. And we will do this in New Haven. We will stand together, we will work together, and we will speak out when we witness racism, prejudice, and resurgent nativism, and anti-Semitism. Hate in any form has no place in the Elm City. In the Bible, we read this teaching: be on the watch and watch yourselves closely, so do not forget things that your own eyes have seen. We heard those words earlier today at the memorial. And don't let them fade from your heart as long as you live. Make this known to your children and your children's children. If we truly believe in the unfilled dream of Dr. King, if we truly want a future without hatred and persecution, if we want to assure that never again will we see hate in our cities, in our state, our country, our world, we must transmit to the next generation, my 2 daughters, your children, all of our children, the horrors of the past, so that we will see the glories of the future. In New Haven, as your mayor, I will work with all my strength and courage to make our city a place where hate has no home. Thank you so much, and I look forward to working with you in the many years to come.